Hi, it's Paula here. Welcome to another video where I encourage people painting no matter what. Today's video is a bit different. I'll be unboxing the Mungyo watercolor palette, 24 pen sets, making some swatches and reviewing it. So if you wanna see my personal opinion about it, stay until the end. So let's get started. I was very curious about this Mungyo watercolor palette since an artist that I like uses it a lot. So I decided to put my hands on it. This video is not sponsored by Mungyo, it's just my personal opinion about it. This is the Mungyo Professional Watercolor Palette, 24 half pen sets. On the back side of the box you can find a printed sample of the colors identified by numbers. The watercolor palette comes in a metal black case with the brand stamped in gold. The case folds in two different trays, ideal for mixing colors. You can find the names and numbers of the colors on the wrapping paper of each watercolor, which is not very good because since you unwrap the watercolors, you can't find the names of the colors anywhere else. As I've shown you before, on the back of the box there are just numbers, not names. But don't worry, because I wrote the names of the colors on my swatch sheet. This is the overall look of the watercolor palette. The tins are plastic, not magnetic, so it might move a little while transporting. The color selection is very good, including warm and cold tones, making them very good to paint flowers and landscapes. Now I'm starting the swatches so you'll be able to see how pigmented it is and also how it blends. The first color is white, so you barely can see it. Now it's time for the yellows and oranges. I thought then very pigmented and easy to blend. You can see that I'm applying the colors more saturated on the left side and blending with water, moving toward the right side. It's easy to use these watercolors and they are easily soluble and you don't need to wait a lot after adding water to the pens to use it. Until now, I think that the colors are rich and vibrant. For these swatches, I'm using the Arteza watercolor paper, but the results may vary according to the paper. I'll leave the link for this watercolor palette in the description box, so you can check that it's not expensive, which might be good for beginners or if you are on a budget. Now you can see that I'm already swatching the greens and blues. I think the selection of the blues were very well done. Those colors are largely used by many watercolor artists, including me. Cerulean blue, cobalt blue, and Prussian blue are their names. Moving now for the browns and black, I'm almost done with the swatches. Bear with me until the end to know my final thoughts about the Mungyo watercolor palette. In general, I liked this watercolor palette. Let me tell you why. The thing that I liked most was the pigmentation of the colors. I think the colors are well pigmented and you can achieve a vibrant hue easily. I also liked the metal case and it's the perfect size for carrying my brushes. It was perfect for taking on my trip. I will show you more about it on my next video. Other thing that I liked was the color selection. Those colors are perfect for painting flowers and landscapes. Now, the downside of it. One thing that Mungyo claims is that their watercolors are professionals. But I'm not sure about that. As far as I know, professional watercolors look different. You can see that not all, but some colors have texture like the permanent red and cobalt blue. And also, I had a hard time blending other colors like light red and malachite green. Other downside is that since the pens are not magnetic, they move while transporting. As I told you guys before, I took this palette on a trip where I was hiking a lot, carrying the palette in my backpack, and sometimes when I opened it, the paints were laying out of the pen. Well, overall, I liked the watercolor palette and it worked pretty well during my trip. I'd like to continue using it and I can update you guys after trying it a bit more. In general, I recommend this watercolor palette for beginners or if you are on a budget. It's affordable and you can get the 24 pen size to get more colors and give it a try. If you like this review, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel. I post a new video every Saturday. Also, don't forget to click on the notification bell so you will be the first one to know every time I upload a new video. Follow me on my Instagram, Watercolor by Paula, for more paintings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!